Dixie is so confused. She's not so confused that she's not ready to just jump on the desk. I wanted to be live a couple minutes ago. I'm sorry it took me so long. Oh my gosh, puppy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Your treats are right here. Can you sit for me, please? Thank you. There you go. There's one. Wait for another one. There you go. Delicious. Well, it's the afternoon. Not that we're not here together. I mean, I guess it's nighttime for plenty of our folks, but not that we're not here in the afternoons normally, but I was working this morning. And then I posted in the Discord because everything changed. So, I'm playing Strange Antiquities until I beat it. So if it takes until 5 p.m., I'm playing until 5 p.m. So, there you go. Can you say hi to everybody? Yeah. You did a good job of not throwing a fit when I left this morning, which I know is tough. I don't like to leave you either. If I could choose, we would just stay in this house together 24/7. What could be better than staying in your house with your prized perfect pet? Yeah. Right? Like I really can't think of anything that would be better. You want to get down? You can watch TV? I know. I love bed rotting with my dog. Like, I literally, ideal day, bed rotting with my dog. Literally. I literally cannot think of a better activity to do on a day. So, sorry, I was trying to be up at, for me, it's 1:44. I know for some of y'all, it's earlier in the day. Our West Coasters and stuff. I was trying to be live at 1. It was so hot. They didn't have the air conditioning on. So I had to come home and clean myself. I was like, oh, I can get home, just check on Dixie, get everything settled, and then get on camera. No, I had to refresh, change my clothes, redo my makeup because it was so hot that. I was like, it was there's no airflow in those buildings, in those old historic properties. Imagine. I don't know if the AC's broken or if they're just choosing not to run it. But it was rough. My group was great though. I had a great group of kids. They were so well behaved. They asked a lot of questions, which was totally cool. They had a lot of questions and they were really interested in what we were doing. So that was cool. I did also post a TikTok about my morning. So if you go watch that. I did a time-stamped come to work with me TikTok for fun. So, anyways, so we're going to, so it's late. I know we're almost 2 o'clock. I mean, I guess, yeah, it's fine. So if you saw the Discord post last night or just in general, for the month of October, there's going to be a little chaos with the streams, but then it's already changed. Basically, we're doing all of our field trips on Wednesdays and Fridays. And we're in talks for me to take on a bigger role with our school programming and all of that. So, hi Icy, good morning to you. It is still morning for some of y'all, yeah? So that's what's going on. So we're doing all of our field trips for the fall on Wednesday, except for one on Wednesdays and Fridays. And I was like, this is honestly such a good schedule because I can work with this more. And so I was like, well, I can be back today because this was an early field trip. A lot of our field trips start at 10 our time, 10 to 10:30, and this one started at 9. So an hour earlier, I can get home before 1 o'clock. I can still salvage a big portion of the day. So, and then I got in this morning and she was like, yeah, the group next Wednesday canceled. So we will have a normal stream because I was like, we won't be able to have a stream next Wednesday, but they canceled. So we will have a stream next Wednesday. So right now it's basically Wednesdays for the next few weeks are a bit volatile. That's really all it is. Fridays, we don't typically stream on Fridays unless we're making up a day, but I will be working there on Fridays. So I have that going on, but that won't necessarily interfere with stream except for the fact that I won't be able to do Friday streams in place of Wednesday streams. So so that was today. So then anyways, next week is back to normal, just normal regular streams. And then the following week, I am working on Wednesday, but I told them, I'm sorry, I can't come in on Friday because PLZA comes out on Thursday. And I was like, I'm not. One of the things about being an adult is choosing to take days off for things that are interesting to you. And for me, Pokemon Legends ZA is one of those things. So that week will be normal. And then the week after, we'll see. We'll keep you updated. So, but I thought it worked out okay because we can we can finish Strange Antiquities today. I think we'll be able to finish it in probably like 2 hours would be my guess. Because we have like maybe 4 or 5 days left. Yeah, right? That's what it is. Like oh yes, I definitely will be playing it on stream, which I know some people won't want to be spoiled by. So like that's always the case. It's such a tough line to walk like new games on stream. And so we'll be playing. This is my tip, Jen, if you're a content creator or a streamer, this is my number one tip to you about like streaming a new game is having multiple save files. Because what happens is people, they want to play a game on stream and then they just like do a normal one. And then they're like part of the way and they're like, oh, well, I don't want to play it offline because I don't want my stream to miss it, but I want to play it. So what I do on my Switch, I think I've shown this before, but like I have, and you don't need to Nintendo. My Joy-Cons are finally starting to give out. You don't need, I have 2 accounts. Well, I was going to ask you about it. I was going to ask you tonight about it. So I have 2 accounts. So like I play my personal files on my personal account. And then I have a second Nintendo Switch, like on my Switch, I have a second profile and that's where I play the stream files so that I can like advance on my own offline and also like play online. So, Plants went to an Allie and AJ concert last night. I had Allie and AJ open when I pulled up my music to play today. So I'm glad it was good. I was gonna ask you about it tonight, because I'm sure it was really, really good. I'm sure they're really fun in concert. I have not seen them in concert, but it does sound, I believe it. I don't know. How big was the facility? Like how many people? I regret not getting to see Sabrina Carpenter on her tour before Short and Sweet because I feel like I would have liked that one more. The Big Boy Train. What's the real news? Also, my finger itches, so I apologize. I'm like scratching on my microphone. I don't know why. My finger itches. And so let me hold on. Let me get that. Everything's like not open because I left early this morning again because we like started early. So I left my house at like 8 o'clock, which is a bit earlier than I normally like have to head out to go over there. So it's messing everything up for me. Let me pull up Twitch. Let me pull up all my other stuff. Did I miss any exciting news? I did say the jobs report is apparently terrible. My jaw stayed in place when I heard that. Do we have any federal employees here? I think we do have a few people here who are federal employees. I don't know if you're getting furloughed. I'm sorry that we're dealing with the no more than 1,000 people. See, that's like such a fun experience. Like that's such a great size. Like your parents, yeah. I was gonna say, like, I know that if you're not in the US, the US government has shut down. So any federal employee, well, not any, but many federal employees are currently reporting to work without pay. Essentially, like they won't get paid until the government is resolved. It's a big dumpster fire. So I know that's very stressful for a lot of people right now, and it is. I know the timing of that was really also, do we want the Berlin apartment on stream? Do y'all want to see that on stream? I want to play it on stream, but I think a lot of people here want to play it too. So I don't know how much we should show on stream. What I did for Strange Antiquities, I know, right? And the last time our government actually shut down was also with this administration. Funny how that works. Crazy. Well, what I did with Strange Antiquity was like we played it on launch day, and then I didn't finish the game. I don't know how long the Berlin apartment is going to be, but I would assume it's probably comparable to a game of this length. And so like we can always like play it on launch day and then like wait a little bit so that if people want to get it themselves and play it and experience the ending, like they can do that, and then we can like resume it like a couple weeks later or something like that. I feel like that works kind of well. Because then like again, people can get a taste of it. They can still experience the whole gameplay, whether it's their own or like on stream, like we get a mix of it, and then it doesn't put too much. See, that's what again, like Pokemon's a tough one because like there are gonna be people who are like, I would love to be here in stream, but like I want to experience the game myself. Totally understandable, totally real. And so that's like always the back and forth. So if you didn't see, the Berlin apartment is just our genre of game. But it's a it's like a very it's one, it takes place all in one apartment, hence the name, in Berlin, Germany, but it's like 5 different eras, and so it's like a puzzle game, but it's like you're finding like you're like learning these people's stories. And so like one of the ones that you got to see in the demo is like Nazi Germany, like, and the person is fleeing. I think so. I'm confident it will make me cry. I think the anchor is like modern day. Like I don't know all the details, but it was like a father and his daughter. And so that may be like your like full perspective is like you're playing from like that family's point of view. They're going into the apartment. It's like hasn't been lived in for a while. And like he seems to be like restoring it. So maybe it was owned by their family at some point. Or maybe he's just like purchasing a property and like they find things, it seems. So, but it looks like it's going to be, I think it's going to be really good. I really do. I think it's going to be a really great game. I really enjoyed the demo. 100% my kind of game. And like, we'll get to see a glimpse of, and it's a German studio, and like they had some things, I've sent a picture in the Discord before. I just think their development team probably very much aligns with like our, our feelings and our beliefs and everything. So I think it's going to be, a good game. I think that comes out November? I know they've announced the release date. I can't remember. Let me see if I can find it. They have another game that's a platformer called Constance that I also played and I also really enjoyed. Very different type of game. Like it's a platformer, but it's like Constance, like she uses her paintbrush. And so like the world is like getting sick and like she's trying to like put color back into it. It was really good too. I really like that one a lot too. I love platformers. I don't really play them on stream, but I do really enjoy them. Hang, I'm gonna have to go to Steam and look and see when it is because I know they announced the release date. The Berlin apartment. The Berlin apartment. November 17th. So that's a month after PLZA. November 17th is when the Berlin apartment comes out. The demo is available if it's something you want to check out and see if it might be a game you want to play too. And it's in first person. And so I think it'll be good. It says it's similar to Before Your Eyes, which did in fact make me bawl my eyes out. That was the first game I ever cried on stream too. That was like, gosh, that game. I wish I played that so early in my streaming experience, like my first month of streaming. If y'all saw that game today, if you haven't seen that game, it's a really good game. It's a really good game. It's a really unique experience, and it's will make you cry. It will in fact make you cry. And then it says it's similar to Escape Simulator. So yeah, puzzle game that makes you cry. Perfect. My genre is puzzle games that make you cry. So we'll keep an earmark for that. I'm trying to get in touch with the devs so that I can hopefully maybe consider sending a key my way. Which would be really awesome if they did that. So anyways, so we're here. We are gonna play what's this game called? Strange Antiquities. We're gonna play Strange Antiquities until we beat it, which I think won't take like a super long time. But I also, am I just really slow at the game, or is it because we're streaming it? Like, I see people finish these games in like 3 hours. Plants, have you finished this game yet? I see people finish this game in like 3 hours, which isn't, I mean, like, we obviously have like just chatting at the beginning of stream. We have like other things, and like we interact and communicate. But I feel like I say these games, like I think the first one took me closer to like 7 hours to finish. So is it just from the yapping? Or is it like because, yeah, like you can only play a game for the first time once. I think that's what it always boils down to for me. Because that's one of the very frustrating things in like the modern Pokemon fandom experience. Is that also the game music is going to boot up in a second, so if it's loud, I apologize. That's one of... Genuinely though, that's like, so if you are a Pokemon fan, and even if you're like a new Pokemon fan, I just want to encourage you that like when the new game comes out, and if you don't want to be spoiled, be very careful, because there will be people. Now, granted, the game will probably, I mean, people like in Australia and like Asia will be streaming the game earlier because they'll have access to it earlier because they're in an earlier time zone than most of us. So you always have that. But there will be people, especially content creators, because like they strike when the iron is hot. Like, I understand, I do. People will be spoiling the end game for you within 12 hours of the game's release. Like that morning, I don't recommend like scrolling TikTok the morning of the game's release, because you are going to get end game spoilers in your face. And like, again, I understand they want to get the views when they can. Like, I understand it. I won't do that without at least a spoiler warning. Because one, I want to take my time playing the game. Like, you literally can only play a game for the first time one time. And I don't know. I hate the FOMO that's created from content creation. Like, I hate it so much. And like I want to play the game. I'm going to play the game on launch day. I'm going to play it the next day, and we're going to play it until it's beaten. But like, it's so frustrating. And then people act like you're the bad guy because you haven't finished the game in 24 hours. Also, people have kids, they have jobs, they have lives, they have personal things they've got going on. They have houses to clean, they have food to make, they have errands to run, and they act like you're a villain because it's been 2 days and you haven't finished a game. And that's weird to me in all contexts. I don't care how long the game is. Like, this game has been out for a couple of weeks. And like we were all saying, like, a lot of people here are pacing, and like you deserve to play. Like, it's so, I just think it's so reasonable for it to be like a month before we just like blatantly throw out spoilers. You know what I mean? Yeah, like that's what, so like I will usually about a week after a game comes out, I will start to like talk about like my content and stuff. But especially for those first few weeks after, like I also put spoiler warnings. Like, I'm like, hey, I've got here's some thoughts about Pokemon Legends EA. Spoilers ahead. And I know we said this with like Stardew. Junimo B was super good with that. Like, she was that's why we thought that one guy was copying her allegedly. Because he was literally like, the videos of hers that he was copying, he was including the spoiler tag, which he like didn't do in other videos. So we were like, you're literally copying her scripts, because she always made a point for several months after 1.6 came out to let people know that this contains 1.6 spoilers in it. And so like that was one of the and a lot of folks here thought he allegedly was using AI to like copy our videos, which he might have been, especially if he's just going to like Chat GPT and typing in like, write me a script about this, like, and if it's pulling from Junimo B's videos, like it's gonna pull spoilers ahead because she said it for several months in her videos. And so that was a crazy back, by the way. Did y'all whatever. His content still sucks, so there's that. But anyways, yeah, like I try to, but yeah, people will just like straight up, like, it's awful. The morning, like, this is the morning of release. Like, I mean, I don't think they're right, but like if they want to start posting spoilers like in 24 hours, okay. I don't think that's right, but like they act like you live in the Western Hemisphere, which means it's like 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. all of our times. And they're like, here's what happens in the end of the game. And you're like, I literally, my copy hasn't even been delivered to my house yet. or I can't even go to Best Buy yet to pick up my copy of my game. Like it's so frustrating. So I do really appreciate people who use spoiler tags. The reality is using spoiler tags gives you less views, but I think it speaks to your character that you're not trying to ruin the experience for other people. So I did find it silly. I know we've said this. On the flip side, I did find it silly because I showed a shot of the summit in a video last year. No, this year. It was like January, which like the summit access was introduced to Stardew Valley in 2020 and at the latest 2021. And I did get several people who were like, how dare you not say spoiler alert? Which, first of all, I didn't say, hey, this is the summit, which is what you get access to when you beat Stardew Valley. I didn't say that. I just showed a clip of a farmer walking up the summit. And again, in my defense, that has been a thing for 4 years. So I do think that it's reasonable that you may experience endgame spoilers 4 years after content is released. I think there's a line, but maybe I don't know. You can, if you, I mean, that's where I was like, okay, it gets to a point, but 4 hours, no, like you could let people like experience a game for a couple of days, a couple of weeks before you're throwing. And again, like they open with them, like that's the hook. People open with the spoiler as the first shot because it is outrage farming partially, because half of the comments they get will be thanks for the spoiler, like thanks for spoiling the game for me. So like they do it with an intentional hook in part to rile people up. I hate Do you feel like we're ever going to be able to evolve past rage farming content as a society? This is like an anthropology question. I mean, I think the short answer is no, but I want to believe that the long answer is yes. I hate I hate. Yeah, like that's what it's like. I think in some ways that stuff is like getting punished a little bit by like different platforms. But like I can't I don't know. I hate that that's like I hate that it works. That's what it is. I don't mind that it exists. I hate that it works. Like I hate that that as a content strategy is a content strategy that works. And I just like wish it wouldn't. Congressman Republican Bozo here. I joined House Republicans in voting weeks ago to keep the government open, ensuring our service members get paid, our veterans get the support. Like, get a grip. Dude, you look like a bozo. This is the most unflattering photo I've ever seen. I'm gonna send this. Where is our here? Some of y'all are about to see this photo because I don't want to like dox my location, but look at this. Look at this idiot. Sorry. But House Democrats, except for one, voted against this bill. I want to hear from you. How should Congress vote to end the shutdown? You should show up for work, for one. Did you try showing up for work yesterday? Like, what is that photo? Like, what is that photo for the folks that I just like? What is that photo? Can I just say you're dumb? Hey, right? Like, do your job. Well, and again, like, people can make like, and they're trying to say, oh, the radical left. They're trying to say that the Democrats, and again, like everybody here, I don't like Republicans or Democrats. That's the reality. I don't like either of them. They're two sides of the same coin, and the problem is the currency. But that doesn't change. Y'all know who I voted for. But that being said, they're trying to say the Democrats are stopping us because we don't have a 60 majority in the Senate. Okay, but like as the party, you're the ones trying to pass a bill. It is the burden of you to compromise. It is your burden to find compromise to get 7 more votes. It is your responsibility, not them, because you are proposing a bill And you are not willing to concede things to find a way to get a bill passed. It is on you. The burden is literally on y'all 100%. And also, all 53 of you can kick rocks. Anyways, they don't have enough of a majority. Like, they don't have a super majority. So that's what they're trying to say. They're trying to say, we don't have a super majority. They won't compromise. No, it is your responsibility to compromise because it's your bill. You're mad that your bill won't pass as is. It is your responsibility to find compromise to get those 7 votes. Like, it is not that it's like such a, it's I feel like when you're screaming in a dream and you can't wake up, except like literal people are dying because of this. And I don't know. Every time I think, I don't know, I see cracks forming with a lot of things. But I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's like, I know, they're so mean. Jasmine Crockett's too quick with it. That's the problem. Like, she's like, got it. Like, she's got the zingers. Like, she is always ready. And they literally, like, she's so iconic. Okay. Which one is it? What was yesterday? Yesterday was September 30th. Okay, day 14. All right. We did, I don't know if it's gonna show us the beginning of the day again. We grabbed, like, we finished a day. Yeah, okay. So we got this, which is gonna be some kind of like code reader. That's what this is, the Bishop Square. The Bishop Square is a simple tool my great-grandfather's devising, loosely based on, and we can tell how it's gonna work. We can see how it's gonna work. It's gonna be like this. Like, clearly it's gonna be like, oh, you need to hover this over this, and it means, because we, you know what I mean? So I can tell how it's gonna work. But I don't think we have a deciphering element for it yet. But this was the card we got. I am buried with the Knight of Thorns. Oh, that's gotta be the catacombs. Thorns, thorns, thorns. Thorin? Maybe that one. Hold on, let me show y'all that one. Let me find it. Where's my camera? So look, there's this, which looks like it had, those look like roses, I think. We could go there. The Knight of Thorns. We already went there. But I'm buried with the Knight of Thorns. Oh, I don't know. That one? There's a sword, though. He's holding a sword. I wonder if it's... So the card does have a sword on it. Let me see if any of these have... Do any of the actual graves have that on it? I don't think so. I kind of want to say it's this one. I'm going to try it. Okay. All right. Don't overthink it. Sometimes you're like... I'm just like... What if I overthought it? The tomb of the Knight of Thorns resides alongside an ossuary field filled with the unknown dead from the Battle of Southerfell. We had that come up before. It is an unpleasant place that I do not plan to linger in. 1356. Happily, I am able to find the item I came for without any difficulty, and I quickly leave and don't look back until I'm out in the bright of day once more. Ooh. Okay. We have sorted our artifacts to everything that's labeled is over here, and everything, we have like a couple right here. Everything that's not labeled is over here. I really love this one. I know I said that. I don't know. These snakes are cuties. They look like, they just look not scary to me, even though I'm sure this is probably some like death thing. But they're cute and I like them. So this is all we have that isn't unlabeled. So we're doing pretty good. 3 resonant objects. Lightest first, heaviest last. Resonant being... They make a sound? Is that what it was? Like a ringing sound, right? This one makes a sound. I can hear it. Hear it when he sits down. We did pick up a bunch of objects. Thought I heard Dixie barking. And nothing else made a sound, but there are things that, like, when you hover over them, it says, like, I can hear it humming, like, I can hear it. So I don't know if I need to do that. That one, every sound becomes louder. It's a bat, so it can help you hear better. I could just look. Ooh. This one makes a serpent sound. Okay, let's pull that down here just in case. Nothing to remark. Nothing. Sounds are muffled in its presence, but it's not making a sound. Nothing. 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 I think I gotta check this one, but nothing. This one's so cute. I really like this one too. The Bones Guard. I don't like this one. Can't hear anything. Nothing on that one. Nothing on that one. Strong odor. Nothing. Oh. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, we caught the spirit vault. We caught the thing in the spirit vault. It's like oozing out. Ethereal key. It's the thunder box, right? Or whatever it is. Nothing. 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 Stinky. We do get a sound when it rattles. There is something inside of it. I remember that being their part of that. We could look. We could look at like sound or something in the book. So maybe that one. See if anything else comes up. Nothing. Nothing. Skipped one. Nothing. So this one is now like we caught the, what was it called? The something spirit. Pleasant scent. I know that this one, the soft tinkling sound when it moves. I was expecting it to smell worse than it does. Sharp aroma. Sharp aroma. Nothing. Smells. We might not have all three either. Like, that's always a possibility. All right, maybe we'll try those. Let's see. Let's weigh these. Pounds. So that's pretty light. Okay, that weighs about a pound. I'm sure this is light. Yeah, that's lighter. Let's see how much this weighs. Okay, let's see if this works. That's the one that I would suspect doesn't work. Let me look at the book. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, resonance compass. Resonance compass? Oh, that's gotta be that up there. Point towards we'll point towards nearby resonant objects. The only objects that can be detected in this way. Resonant objects are highly prized, both by okay. Go back to that. Maybe we'll need to use that. Resonant objects. The other one is Zephyrim. 3 resonant objects give off a faint, a faint odor that will be familiar to any thaumaturge. It is the scent of the storm, of ozone, and of power, the scent of magic. When these vapors are inhaled deeply, they can unlock deep wells of anger and channel them into a powerful maelstrom. This is the power of the west wind. I feel like this has to be this. Right? Like, it's gotta be this. It does move. Ooh, did you see that? Ooh, that? Ooh. Okay, so that is one of them, maybe? Will it do it with this? Okay, so yeah, that's definitely one. Oh, it turned when I went over here. This one? The egg? Okay, okay. This one. I can find another one. Where'd I put it? Ooh. Hold on. This one? This stone? Okay. Okay. This game is so fun. I'm sorry. This is so fun. I don't know if you feel that way. I think it's so fun. This one back here. Okay, so get my scale. My 1 pound. That one's a little bit more than a pound. That one's a lot more than a pound, and that one is about a pound. Okay, let's try that. And then that. And then that. Hey! I do too. I do too. Ooh! Wait. There's buttons. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. Oh, there we go. Now it plays. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so it's like a clock. There's surely something that will... Let's see. Oh, wait. Let me read the clue again. Let me read this again. Okay. 3 resonant objects. Lightest first, heaviest last. Okay, so that's the 3 resonant objects. Could it be these? Because that's what's on the one. No, not that. Okay. I feel like there's any clue. TRO. Like, they capitalized those. I don't think that would matter. I know, I was just looking at the clock. It's 3:05. It is in the shape of a clock, though. All right, well, we'll come back. We'll come back. We'll come back, but we did at least unlock it. Thomas, I've noticed that some people claim not to fear death. They say that dying scares them, but not death itself. Not me. Not the great Thomas Pope. Give me pain, give me fear. If I can feel, then I know I'm alive. Going back to the nothingness, that's what I fear. Okay. Hi, Kelly. I'm going to do my best to live forever, starting today with a Loam. Okay. Loam. Sometimes called a hand of Jupiter or a fire palm, a Loam is an item with enticing power. They can reverse the signs of aging, but anyone who has played that game, knows that it can only last so long before time catches up, and when it does, it often hits harder. It says fire. Maybe it'll have a fire type stone on it. Hand of Jupiter. Okay, so what was the question? Objects are the object labels? Two of these objects are labeled. Two of them are. Okay, the hand of Loam. These are both hands. This is also a hand. It did say fire. I'm gonna move this back over here. Did I mark that or did I solve it? I don't know if I solved it. We know it's what it is, but well, I could look and see if it checked it off. It did. Okay. Okay. So the sometimes called a hand of Jupiter or a fire palm. Loam is an item with enticing power. They can reverse the signs of aging, but anyone who's played that game knows that it can only last for so long. We have several hand things, but that could also be like a misdirect. Oh, I wonder what that symbol. Leathery, bony. Let me look at. That's amber is like a fire gemstone. And then actually put this here. I always have to like look at them side by side. Let's see. Does look like the rebirth, I think. Its starting point is the same versus the spirituality. So it could be that. I feel like that's the best indicator because nothing else really... I mean, these have little... I know that one doesn't... We looked up that one, and this one has like the... Yeah... Okay, we're just gonna start off strong. Ooh, it's not. It's not that one. It's not that one. Okay. So... Jupiter or... Well, let me look at... Is there anything that has a symbol with Jupiter on it? Jupiter's symbol is the 4, right? Yeah. Or if it's made out of tin. Chills my blood to hold it. I have nothing to remark. House grooves. It's cold and polished. Stone Gold and wood. Okay. So, like, when we were doing the one that was, like, the something tree or the something branch, it was very much like a misdirect because we were trying all of the ones, or it was something else. It ended up being, oh, yeah, this one. Like, we were looking at all the hand ones because it was called a witch's finger. So we were like, oh, maybe it's this, but it was this because it was, like, the branches are, like, the finger. So I'm immediately suspicious in thinking that it's a hand, any of the hand ones. We do have several hand ones. I don't see any... I don't see any that have, like, the, like, amber on it. This, I mean, this one... But it also has this. So I feel like that's not, like, exactly... Out of iron. This one's made out of... Oh, this one is made out of tin. Oh, that would be Jupiter. Jupiter is tin. It's trying to take me back because it tricked me the last time. Made out of tin, the planetary metal associated with Jupiter. It also features a triangle. Oh, the symbol of fire here. Okay. Okay. Fine. Leads you into a false sense. And then gets you back around. Okay, next one. Agnes, there has been an unexpected death in the family. It has hit all of us quite hard, but particularly my husband. I would like to gift him a heart chamber. Heart chamber. I keep thinking this cat's name is Jupiter too. It's in our thing. Hold on. Jupiter is our cat's name. Devourer of souls. Yeah, you're right. Our cat's name is Jupiter. I kept thinking that too, and I was like, wait, is that the strange horticulture cat? Heart chamber. Heart chamber. Oh, we've looked at this before. Okay. There was a vast skull in the catacombs, said to be that of the beast Blencathra. Holger's followers believe that when he slew it, he trapped its soul, along with its power, in an item known as the Wraith Chamber. Hellboard. That sounds correct. That sounds correct. Heart chambers are based on this mythical object, but they have morphed over time into a way to keep those dear to us close to heart after death. Holger wielding his twin axes, Wolfsong and Fearbringer. Look, he has that on him right there. He has this thingy. Yeah, give me a second to try to solve them if that's okay. Like if I ask for help, I promise I will, but like I would like to like have a moment. My tooth hurts, so I'm smirking. I'm sorry, your tooth is hurting. That's the worst kind of pain. What is that symbol? White paint. What's that symbol again? What's that? It's like a... Find it again. Gotta open it and then do that. I know we saw it in here. Blessings. Yeah, let's try this one. I feel good about that one. He was wearing it. Yeah. Heart chamber. And it does match the mask. That's exactly what it is. It matches the mask too. So I'll put it next to it. The mask, which you can't see because I moved them here. Put them down here. Sir Nunis and Holger. They're twins. Cute. Okay. Edmund. Did you ever work out what that Bishop Square thingy was? Yes, but I haven't used it yet. I suddenly remember this note that I found some time ago, and it occurred to me it might be related. I almost threw it away, but it intrigued me, so I held on to it. I haven't a clue what it means. Okay. Blessings in spring, rising in autumn. Okay, so that's the blessing symbol right there. How appropriately timed. Blessings in spring. There's the blessing. Okay, I think spring is... I'll just look. I think this one's spring. Let me double check. Oh, spring is the leaf. Okay. Spring is the leaf. So there. The symbols on the map lead me up the winding stair of the North Tower. The pendant has been carefully hidden, but knowing where to look means that it does not take long. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Well, I think there's like it's like a nut, like an acorn or something. Is that one? I would have guessed. I mean, I guess a leaf fruit. I guess it makes sense. The snow one makes sense. Maybe that's the sun for the summer. Maybe that's what it's supposed to be. Pendant has been carefully hidden, but knowing where to look means that it does not take me long, and I am soon on my way back to the shop with a new trinket to add to our growing collection. Ooh. What? Every time I see these, I'm just like, what are we even looking at? Let me look at those again. Okay, so that can go in there. We still have to solve this. So spring, summer, fall, winter. I guess that would be, maybe that's like the sun. Spring. To me, that looks like a, yeah, like an acorn. So that's what I guess, and that's like obviously a snowflake, I feel like. So I guess spring, summer, winter, fall. So I really, well, I'll put it in here because I don't know if I still need it. I feel like did anybody here solve, like, get all of the plants in Strange Horticulture? I feel like I didn't. I don't know if you have to play it multiple times to really do that. I mean, we have most things done. Oh, I should probably read this. Something isn't right at the museum. I'm worried it's all my fault. I'd hope my brother would be back by now. I have an idea, though. I'm no thaumaturge, but I think I can weaken it using a witherance. Oh, dear me, this had better work. Oh, he cares about his brother. Wither. Like in Minecraft? Okay, so at the museum today. Oh, is that what you can do? You can go after? Okay. At the museum today, so I had a group of kids. They were 4th graders. And so one of the kids saw the back of my phone, which has the Sylveon pop socket, and he was like, oh, I like your phone. I was like, oh, thanks. Yeah, I have Sylveon. And then they usually see the pins on my bag, which I have a hair clip that's a side duck clip, and then I have like a Krobus pin, and I have couple different pins and stuff. And so then the kids were like, you know what Minecraft is? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, do you know about Roblox? And I was like, yeah, but I don't play Roblox really. Like, I do know Minecraft really well. And they were like, do you know Fortnite? And I was like, yeah. And then they proceeded to go, one of the kids was like, I'm a YouTuber. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Like, that's super cool. I was like, what kind of videos do you make? And they were like, oh yeah, like video games. Like I put video games. And they're like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber. And I was like, that's awesome. Like, that's really cool. And I said, would y'all believe me if I said I was a YouTuber? And they were like, no. They were like, no, we wouldn't believe you. And I was like, okay, I guess you'll never know. It was very funny. Okay, witherance. A witherance is the inverse of a fortinance. Okay, we have that already. And is sometimes put to more malicious use. These can be crafted from stone, like the fortinance, but wood is more commonly used. The speaking of Fortnite, that's what I think of when I see this. This is the Fortinance. I'm just going to pull it out in case we have something similar over here. It said wood was more commonly used. This is the Fortinance. This is made out of wood. This is also made out of wood. Look at this again. Witherance is the inverse of a Fortinance and is sometimes put to more malicious use. These can be crafted from stone, like the Fortinance, but the wood is more common. See, like this one having this symbol right here, and this one having this other symbol. Let me see what that is. No, I know I'm gonna have to grab it. At the end. Wicca. Every time. Weakness. That's what that means. Weakness. So, and does this mean strength? Strength. Yeah, okay, so it's gotta be that. Okay. That feels accurate. Beautiful. Coordinates used for strength, the inverse of which is weakness, and this item bears a symbol of weakness. It is made of wood. Folium. Those. Oh yeah, they're all like squished here. Okay, let's put these together. Over here. Jacob. My mind is severed. Need mether. We have that, right? Oh. Oh, is he maybe he has a curse? Of the mind, suffering from this curse. Oh, Tormund's paralysis affects the mouth and tongue so that speech becomes impossible. Tormund's, you think it's Tormund's bane is what we need to treat Tormund's curse? That would make sense to me. Do have these. What do we got? Tormund's paralysis. Let's see. Tormund's bane. These can be rolled along the tongue to cure Tormund's paralysis or worn about the neck to protect against the curse. Okay. Like most items that ward against curses, they emit diurnic field patterns. Okay. Okay. I feel like that's what we need to go for. You think it's the snakes? Just because it's like, feels right, right? That feels right to me. Severed like a snake. Okay. So you roll it around your tongue, though. Is the diurnic field the 2? Is that what that is? I think it is, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, that one is not. That one is a different one. I know it off the top. I don't know off the top of my head, but I do know it. Okay. Rolled around the tongue. Let's just see if we can find something that will. That one gives nothing. That's not it. I don't think it could be that. That's the diurnic pattern, right? Yeah, that's not it. So maybe, just maybe this, not that. Maybe this. No, not that. Okay. Maybe it is that big old gold bar. That one's diurnic. That's not. Should have checked them off. Okay, those. Let me check this one. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. No. Snakes were wrong, right? Yeah, they were. Okay, that one is also diurnic. I guess I could check these, but I don't think. I don't think you can roll a cup around your tongue. No. Okay, these 3. Oh, this one. Somebody said it looked like a jade roller. Is that? Maybe it's that. Maybe that's what you roll on the tongue. like that piece rolls. That actually kind of makes sense. Bronze and wood. Let me see what that symbol is. See if we can find that symbol. That. Humans. I don't see it there. Oh, no, wait. It's like, oh, look, 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 look. This, it's like the inverse of this. See that? See, it's rotated and then the C's are in as opposed to like this. And that's paralysis. So like if it's consistent, like we had another one where it was like upside down, signifying that it was like the opposite of that. Let's try it. Ooh, it's not that. Okay, rough stuff. Oh, yikes. We're in bad positioning. Okay, it's not that one. Okay. All right. We're actually in... Yeah, that was honestly looking really good, I feel like. Okay. So... Oh, can you get me a Wawa pretzel? Can you share it? So... These two both had a diurnic field. This one does have some symbols on it. You can look at that. Right, this one had that. Yeah. Did it say Walmart? Ew! Wawa. It can't handle that. It does not know what to do with that. What do you mean you don't know about Wawa, captioner? There we go. There we go. Okay. We have the triangle, and we have... I think we've seen this before. Yes. Okay, wax? That's what that means, is wax? Fire wax? Do you think that... that doesn't... I don't know if that feels right to me. Fire wax? And it's sandstone? Oh, don't put sandstone in your tongue. Crumbly. Okay, I don't think it's that. I think we're on the right track, right? Do you think we're on the right track with this? Like, it's got to be this curse? Affects the mouth and tongue so that speech becomes impossible. And he's like slurring his words. He like can't speak. But he did say my mind is severed. So could it be... This is a poison of the mind. Yeah, he did. And we have a couple of words that... Like, Mether does pull up a couple of things. Mether, abrasive mether, restful mether, solemn mether. Abrasive mether, used to purge unwanted memories. Oh, I should really... Restful mether is a thaumaturge linked to the inner mind. A hot tea. Oh, so maybe it's this. Oh, we do already have this. Enter a meditative state to bypass rush of clutter and consciousness. And then solemn mether. One of the 3 types of mether, the solemn variety is most powerful. It permits the drinker to forge pathways in the mind to recall things that have been forgotten or to repair. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's the solemn mether. So the other two, we haven't solved that one. We do have this one. Restful mether was the other cup. This. It's still supposed to be a diurnic field, right? Oh no, that one. Okay, but it is really faint. Let's try the other cups. Maybe these are all of the meters. That one is stronger. Okay, yeah, so that one, like the lines are different. Like, see how much thicker they are? Keep doing that. Yeah, so it said it will produce a noticeably stronger thalamic field than the other two. So that one. See how those lines are like thicker and more prominent? And that one. And that one. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. If it's wrong, then we break our brain. And it's not, so we got that. Using this index, I can remind myself what a mether looks like. Okay, it produces a stronger thalamic field than the other methers in my collection. So I feel like that does in fact confirm that this, like we have these two labeled, so that would, in theory, oh, wrong book, that would make this one the abrasive. Is that what it was? Abrasive mether? Put these down here. I'm gonna move you, little truth conduit. I'm gonna move you over here to right here. So tentatively, can I spell? Is that spelled right? That's not spelled right, is it? Close enough. Okay, so we'll put those there. We'll assume that that's what those are. Francesca's back. You know, she's in the, like, game art. So there's gonna be something with her. I've discovered something via the thalamic needle. The woman who tried to swim across the lake was compelled to do so by some invisible force. She was looking for something, and whatever it was, it's right there in Undermere. That's not all. I decided to experiment with the Ambra. When I was under its spell, I heard whispers. Something was calling to me, and it left me feeling terribly afraid. This must be what's keeping my patients in their trance-like state. I've never used a Gaudian siren before, but it occurred to me that I might be able to use it to drown out the whispers. Yeah, so I think it's I think her dad, if I'm remembering correctly, her dad is the one that was killed. Like the story that we've been getting every day, it's about another guy, the guy who shows up here with one eye, and her dad. And like her dad died because her sister is the one who came and was like, I have to get vengeance for my dad. So I think that's how it connects. So, but I don't know, maybe she's a bad guy. Like maybe she's secretly like the one causing all this or something, you know what I mean? That's kind of where I'm like, I'm a little sus of her. I am. The sister, I think, was just genuinely trying to get vengeance for her father, but I think maybe she's going about it a different way and like doing the same, but like maybe she is causing all these people's eyes to go black and everything. Although these are similar in form to thalamic needles, Gaudian sirens, oh, we have that thing up here, are serve a very different purpose. They create a strong compulsion like a siren's call that can be used to divert attention. A display of Gaudian objects at the Museum of History in Undermere. So we have this right here. Made out of bone and clay. Is that gold streaked through it? Interesting. Surgery around time is tomorrow at 6:30. How are we feeling? How are you feeling? What do you think? You feel like that? I feel like that's a fair. But alternatively, this low-key looks like that too. This looks like that. This just has the skull. But this, look, that's like, you can even see the wood texture on that. It's too early. They create a strong compulsion. Let's see if this has anything. Ooh, it's this. It takes great effort to tear my eyes away. I think it's gotta be that. I bet this is a misdirect. Like, the skull is there, so it's probably a Galdian object of some kind. But I feel like that's the... Yeah, let's try it. If our brain breaks, we'll see what happens. They're not pulling one over on me this time. Item appears in the sketch of the cabinet. It is an obelisk shape, like the thalamic needle. Closer inspect reveals its attention-demanding power. I know, right? It's a pretty cool looking object. Okay. That took us, like, that whole time was one day. We're really invested in this. Where is the needle? It's called a thalamic needle, right? Find them, put them together. This down here. Me and my books. This. Okay, so this. Oh, sorry, I just closed everything. This. Oh, what am I opening? Thalamic needle and... Oh, it's sitting. Oh, never mind. It's over here. Getting a little disoriented. Apologies. Okay, my thalamic device is right there. Okay, perfect. All right. I think we have... Yeah, we have 4 more days. The curator learned that the Nalian casket is a dark article, a class reserved for the most cursed and most dangerous of objects. He locked it away deep within the museum's archives, along with other such artifacts that are best kept from public eyes. So does Eli's brother have this object? Then he's in danger, presumably. Getting an axe? You have my bow and my axe. Thank you. I'm very happy with how it's organized too. I am under the barn where the axe meets the tree. I wonder if that's in Undermere or if that's at the castle. Under the barn. I see a barn here. If there's some... I think there's a road that's like shaped like this maybe. We have Greywick Farm right here. We have Church Hospital Wood. House, Boatyard, Stockside Road, Jail, Museum, Spoken Word, Keystone Manor, Market Square, the Twinnings, Hall, Library, Folly Church, Antiquities, and Royston Farm. We have been to Royston Farm before. I am under the barn where the axe meets the tree. I can't imagine it's in here. I want to say it's here. There are trees right here. they are like pretty close. Yeah, that, like, that, oh, maybe, okay, wait, so, yeah, so, like, this farm is here. Under where the axe meets the tree, so maybe tree and axe, this is the axe, so here? How much life do we have? Oh, it reset us. I feel like, I think it was a glitch in the, like, the early release, like, on release day. So your mind, like, when you get stuff wrong, like, it breaks and stuff, and, like, it'll reset. And so I've been, like, really not so trigger heavy with this playthrough, because on the first day, on release day, it, like, wasn't resetting every day, and I thought that was just a game design thing. But I think it might have been an issue, so it did reset, because we got, like, a couple things wrong yesterday, but this did reset to green. So you have, like, you can get, like, a couple things wrong. Okay, what do we think? Right here? Oh. To the side of the house sits a dilapidated barn. The stench of manure is overpowering. There is no sign of an owner, so I search carefully, not sure exactly what I'm looking for. Suddenly, I spy a flash of blue, a bottle. This is it. The kitty tail. Ooh, that's funky looking. That one's funky. We still haven't... We found the... Yeah. I feel like we have any insight on that? These were the objects. Was this the order that they were in? I feel like we would have what we need. Or was it this? Dang, what was the order? Let me go look again. So we got to this, but we don't know. We don't know. It's like a clock. Like, it literally is a clock. This is a compass, but this is pointing to the resonant objects. Out of room over here. Together. That almost looks like the moon. So we clearly need to, like, push some of these is what we'll need to do, and it'll, like, open something. But we don't know. I don't think we have anything else that's, like, 12 pointed. Most everything is, like, 6 pointed. Oh, we talked about, can we open this? We can. I know, right? The design team, they're too good. This is not 12. It's more. Okay. I'm gonna put these. Oh, I just put them out of order. Okay. We'll keep thinking about. I'm gonna put them down here. that the right order? Was that 1, 2, 3? This is the lightest one. All right. Okay, Simone. Good morning. Yes, and to you too, Jupiter. I'm getting more concerned about my mother. Hearing about that poor lady who drowned frightened me. But she'll turn up. She always does. I've had another breakthrough. This time I'm certain it's a clue that leads to another hidden part of Strange Antiquities. Maybe this is what we need. This is what we needed. Okay. From the individual, a stone for dark purposes. From the celestial, a stone of the earth. From the diurnic, a stone of death. Okay, so that's 3 more artifacts here. From the individual, a stone for dark purposes. From the celestial, a stone of the earth. From the diurnal, stone of death. I think the stone of death is going to be, it's always, let me pull this out. See what we need to look for. So, stone for dark purposes is going to be the bloodstone, which is on something. I mean, that is kind of a bloodstone, I think. Yeah, that's a, so this again? That's a bloodstone. From the celestial, a stone of the earth. Okay, the earth stone is, okay, jade maybe? Is that considered a jade? That looks very jade-like. Maybe that. Also, Cernunnos is a god, so like celestial, that kind of feels. And then from the diurnal, a stone of death. I think that's just the solid. Oh, maybe not. Stone of death. Ooh, onyx. If you're in summer, seduced by it. Oh, stone of death. Okay, yeah, we have the item with the Vivianite on it. Okay. That was. I remember solving that. Oh, this. Also, these objects make sense. Let's try it. Hey, let's go. Another one. Okay. A different flower, but a similar puzzle here that is okay. So it's a similar, I think the other flower might have had 5 petals. I don't remember if it had 5 or 6. Resonant objects lightest first. There's surely something. I see, this is where I like overthink what I'm reading. Like I'm reading this and I'm like, I like have ideas, but they might be like way too like overthinking it. If that makes sense? Because I'm like, I'm looking at this and I'm just like, I'm seeing like on this one, like I'm seeing it and I'm like 3. So like, is it the 3rd one or is it like, is it? I still feel like this is the moon. Which, like, because the other one was different. It was like a not like a full crescent. So would it just be... I wonder if I, like, fill in, like, part of it, or if I... Do you see that? Wait, oh, there's like, oh, look. Is it like these? Like, there are stars here. So, like, is that this one? This one, this one. Actually, I can't really tell what I feel like that one is. Oh! Okay, I'm glad I was on the right oh, look, it's just like a hovering in space. I'm glad I was on the right track with, like, the moon. I was like, this has to be the moon. It looks like the moon. Okay, that's done. Okay. Let me put y'all back, because you are right there, and you are right there. But I did still need you. So wait, we can do the other one now. The order, I think this one was the latest. Go down. Yeah, okay. Okay. Moon. Prism power. That's the same. Oh, it's backwards. I have it backwards, don't I? There we go. Okay. Right, like, where are all of these secret compartments? Where are all of these secret, like... How do you have so much inventory? Ooh, that's like the symbol from the game! That's like literally the symbol of the game. How do you have all of... Like, how do the walls keep closing and bringing forth other places and beings? Thank you for the Meether. I have seen into the yawning deep. I have seen beauty beyond the comprehending mind. The price is steep. This has got to be one of those servants of that whatever. But I pay it gladly. My shadow anchor broken. Must replace. Because they like... Yeah, I'm keeping you down here. No. Shadow anchor. Shadow anchor. A shadow anchor is sometimes used in the practice of shadow casting, the art of projecting one's presence outside of the body Without an anchor, mines have been known to be lost. Shadow anchor designs can vary greatly. Some prefer pendants, whereas others prefer to clutch a totem in their hand. Some make use of symbology, where others use gemstones. They will always produce a field from the individual branch, however. Okay, so we need to find something that does the individual. And it could be gemstones. It could be symbology. Shadow. Okay, so that is down here. It's a day in a life. This is what archaeologists do in real life. Wait, individual. Does that mean of the mind? Is that what that means? For pendants, whereas others prefer to clutch a totem in their hands. Some make use of symbology, where others use gemstones. They will always produce a field from the individual branch. Oh, these are both individual. Duh. Okay. Okay. Let me check what those look like. So, Mentic. Okay, so Mentic is that one. And then Wixic is... Oh. Wixic is here, and this here. Okay, Wixic is that one. Wixic and Mentic. And Mentic was... I already forgot. Oh, okay. Okay. So... let's just see if we can just narrow some stuff down with these. That's Wixic. That's Wixic, and it has gemstones. That is also, and it has gemstones. That's Diurnic, right? It's not that. So it said pendants, or so it could be so many of these things. Okay, before I test it, let's do this instead. Could be a pendant, could be a totem. Symbology and gemstones. I don't see... This one does have a symbol on it. This one has 2 symbols on it, and this has, I think it was like night and day or something like that. Painted black. Feels unusual, not hot exactly, but energetic somehow. I can't tell if that low hum is coming from the item or my own imagination. Definitely something unusual about this item. I can't quite put my finger on it, though. Dark green. I don't think it's that. I think it's got to be something. Oh, this has gemstones on it, too. And that gemstone means... that's a bad one. That's like a death one. Son of the night and darkness. Son of the night and darkness. Mind becomes lost. Isn't one of these like the 4th eye? The Stone of Protection. The 4th eye, a sign. So malachite is a stone of sight. I feel like that's supposed to be malachite. Do you agree with that conclusion? That's not the right thing though, so it's not that. That is also not right. So both of these... keep grabbing the wrong book. That's kyanite. An anchor between body and mind. Oh! And it's Mentic. How do you feel about that? It's a totem. Gold. It does have a silver on it. I feel pretty good about that. Shadow anchor. Protect one's presence outside of the body without an anchor the mind. Clutch a totem in their hands. Some make use of symbology, where others make use of gemstones. I'm gonna try it. Boom. The kyanite gemstones point to the fact that this item anchors the mind. It produces a mentic field. I find seeing the gems so funny just because it just makes me think of Stardew. Like, all of these are in Stardew. We're not channeling any kind of spirits or anything. But, oh, look, my clock has just, like, stayed broken. You have shown yourself to be a useful ally in these worrisome times. Keep one eye on the lake in the coming days. When Black and I seek the casket and waters turn to midnight, perform the sacrament and have faith in Holgar. So we're going to have to choose, it seems, if we follow Holgar or if we don't. The sacrament is a baptism ceremony in which one's life is pledged to the warrior god Holgar. Is performed by a blood priest with a stone circle. In spring, a charm of green growth. In summer, a pendant of yellow sun. In autumn, an instrument of the red night. In winter, a totem of blue fire. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't want to do that. I'm afraid this letter was sorted incorrectly and has ended up doing a round trip to Kendall and back. Better late than never. I've spent a long time looking for an object that is believed to have been lost somewhere in the catacombs. The adventurer and thaumaturge Marwyn left a trail to her hidden stash, or so the story goes. I followed it as far as the ossuary of the damned, a chilling, bone-filled alcove carved into a natural chamber in the upper levels. But it seems her markings have been worn away by time after that. I pass on the story to you in hopes that you can find it. What I have failed. Okay. Let's take a little look-see. Trail in her hidden stash. The story goes. I followed it as far as the ossuary. Oh, it's gotta be this. Chilling bone-filled alcove into a natural chamber in the upper levels. Her markings have been weighed. Okay, let's try this. Oh, yikes. Darn. Okay, not that. Try again. Oh, this. Okay. Okay. I'm able to follow Marwyn's trail for a while, but the carved markings are faded and worn by centuries of weathering. By the time I reach the ossuary, I can no longer make them out at all. Fortunately, I've always wanted an excuse. This reminds me of Lord of the Rings. Firstly, I've always wanted an excuse to use a Carrick's candle. Ooh, Carrick's candle. Okay, let's take a little look-see. Do we have that? These items produce an invisible... I bet it's that sandstone. These items produce an invisible light that peels back the years, allowing a glimpse into the past. The effect is often murky and blurred, but it works passably on stationary objects. They are marked by a depiction of a candle upon their surface. Yeah, it's gotta be this, because we already deciphered this. It was like, was it fire and wax? This meant wax. It's gotta be that. Fire and wax. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Sandstone is like my mortal enemy. Symbols for flame is rendered above the symbol for wax, a depiction of candle. Stalagmites retreat under the light of the candle as I hold it aloft and search the shifting rock walls for any sign. I'm just looking at my puppy. For any signs of Marwyn's trail. Suddenly I see it, an M etched into the rocks, as clearly as if it had been carved yesterday. I follow the trail into an excited hurry, tripping and stumbling as the candle distorts the height of the floor until I come to its end at a small boulder. Rolling the rock to one side, I reach behind it and reclaim Marwyn's lost treasure. Ooh, it's a lady. Okay. We got a sandstone candle. I'm gonna have to start. I'm out of room over here. I can put it right there. Okay. I always do this. I always like. I know you're talking to me. Oh, this is Barton again. Uh-oh. Maybe he has this curse. Affects the mouth and tongue so that speech becomes impossible. It really is. They like this is such a clearly a labor of love, these games. I wonder if they'll do a third title, and if they did, what it would be. Like, what do you think they could do? Okay, Tormund's paralysis. Maybe that was the one that looked like the jade roller. I actually think it was. I actually feel pretty confident in that. Tormund's paralysis. Ooh, a bookshop? That's a good idea. Strange. Well, Simone, it does work, and there is also the museum. Yeah, you think that was right? Or one in like it's run on the it says. Let's try it. I think we're gonna go. We speed ran that. Speed running that. This is an item that can be worn around the neck. It has a moving part that can be rolled across the tongue. It produces a diuretic gel. I didn't even check that. Okay. Thank you. I don't even know how I managed to get down from Weatherlam. Everything went dark after reading the inscription on the tall stone, but somehow I knew if I made it to Strange Antiquities, I would be okay. Ooh, strange potions? Ooh, that's a good idea. I like a book thing. That sounds good too. Through the darkness, I received a message from the Nameless Ones. They seek an item called the Nalian Casket. That's what we were learning about. If we give it to them, they promise to free those it has infected. I don't think we have a choice. I don't know if I trust him. At least we can be certain of one thing. If they have the casket, they will not allow it to be opened. All they desire, all they value is power, and opening the casket will release all of its contained power. I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to do that either. Those other people want me to give it to Holgar. I don't think I want to do. I'm gonna put my hands together. Technically they're the same hand, but now they look like two hands. Verona's eyes are black! The time has come to decide, Thaumaturge. The casket wants to be opened. The casket will be opened. Nothing can stop it now, and yet there is still a part of this mind that will not be quieted. Help me to calm this clamoring rage inside my head. This is your chance to elevate yourself above the scurrying ants that absently crawl through their meaningless lives. Okay. So the abrasive meter, which we're pretty sure we know what it is. This type of meter is used to purge unwanted memories, as with any procedure that can alter the mind. These are typically used in communal ceremonies designed to be easily passed from person to person. And the other one. This is like literally the first item in the book and the last item in the book. These resonant objects give off a faint odor that will be familiar to any thaumaturge. It is the scent of the storm of ozone and power. The scent of magic. When these vapors are inhaled deeply, they can unlock deep wells of anger and channel them into a powerful maelstrom. This is the power of the west wind. Ugh. So the mether would, hi Yosef, the mether would quell it? And clear her mind? I think Verona's in the first game. I don't think Verona's a bad person. Like, I do. So I like want to help her. Zephyrim. Is this the Zephyrim? So I think that this is the abrasive mether. So if I give her the mether, presumably that will, like, get her free from this. Like, save her. Or maybe purge unwanted memories. Brett. For the ritual of the broken path. I don't know what to think. Sacrament. This is what's cool about making these games replayable, is that, like, you can do different paths. You can, like, choose to help the coven, or you can choose to help the this, and you can choose to help the this. Oh, wait. But the problem with sorting powerful dark artifacts is that slowly, inevitably, the darkness seeps out. Yeah, like, that's what, yeah, like, was that a... That was not my guess. That was not my guess at all what that was. Ooh! That's gotta be, like, the path, like, or the river or something, or, like, that aligns. I can see that, like, aligning. Right here, maybe? I wish it was see-through. Hook right there, not that. Like that? No, not quite that. I don't think it would be this. It could be this? Oh, it could be this. Ooh, right there? Ooh, right there. Ooh, right there. That, like that. Right here. That actually feels... As I descend further into the catacombs, a strange sensation comes over me. It is not fear, although fear is mixed in with it. With cold clarity, I know at once what it is. I have entered an area known as the Depths, a place where few have been and fewer have returned from. Not even Palians can clear the air here and render it safe to breathe, but there is a way. Slate miners inhale the vapors produced by a spirit called a wandering shroud. They say it invigorates their senses and stays their mind rot that would otherwise consume them. It would be dangerous to continue exploring down here without following their lead. Is that not what's in here? That's what's in here, right? We caught this Pokemon for this, right? I'm pretty sure that's what we did. Spirit Vault. Yeah, yep. Okay. Inhaling deeply from the Spirit Vault to stave off the madness of the depths, I make my way carefully down crumbling passageways past decaying crypts. Placed carelessly on top of the tomb is a collection of clay pots. Some lie in pieces, but most are whole. At first, the collection seems unremarkable, but one in particular stands out, and I take it back up to the surface to take a closer look. Hey, that's my kind of artifact right there. Different culture, but still, that's my kind of artifact right there. Look at that. Look at that painting on it. Paint on... Huffing... You sure? That's not what you would do? I feel like that's normal. Marion Lancaster. Someone very dear to me has fallen ill. I would like a nephroquant Do not be concerned, dear. I have used one before, and I know what I'm doing. Okay. Neff something. Ooh. These were once worn by the necromancers of the Five Knolls. Like a strange pet shop? Ooh, like strange creatures kind of thing? That's an interesting idea. And you need like certain like magical animals. That would be kind of cool. Of the Five Knolls who use them in the ritual of resurrection. Their power became bound. Wait, let me do this again. They were once worn by the necromancers of the Five Knolls who used them in their rituals of resurrection. Their power became bound to them such that if they were to remove them even after death, a Nephroquant would crumble to dust. Today their power is much diminished, but they can be used to draw out infections. However, they will cause Braxis if held against bare skin for long periods of time. Braxis is in here. Characterized by a necrosis of the flesh, the afflicted will feel no pain, but the scarring has no cure. Ooh. You think it's this? Just like from the fact that this is like old skin. They were worn. Maybe it's the ring. The ring on this. I feel like that's the clue. This is a rebirth symbol. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's speedrun it. Boom. The item is the ring, a wearable item. It is attached to a hand scarred by Braxis. The spiral design of the item is a representation of the symbol of rebirth. Let's go. We're so good at this game. So good at it. Alien hand. That makes me think of a old YouTube video. Franklin Underhill. Mr. Underhill mentioned? Please do pay us a visit. We have some items that we're confident will be of interest to you. Underhill. The Twinings, artisans of wood, iron, and clay to Market Avenue. Okay. Who's in the middle here? Sorry. 15. 15. The man who dropped off his card introduced himself as the owner of the Twinings, an unusual, sprawling series of grotto-like rooms filled with handcrafted carpentry, ironmongery, I said that wrong, and pottery. He leads me past wooden chairs and strange iron contraptions to a room unlike the others. This one is filled with small trinkets, ornaments, and jars of various sizes containing ominous-looking liquids and organic materials. I know it might not look like much, but there are some items of value among the junk here, says the man. Take your time and let me know if you find anything interesting. 2 hours later, I've indeed unearthed something very interesting, but I'm keen to take back to the shop to further investigate. Ooh, that has like both of the death symbols in it. That's like the death one, and that's like the fear one. We need a Wixit cord. I'm leaving the Twinings with my haul when a man shouts at me from across the street. As I look around, annoyed, I notice to my horror that the man's eyes are as black as coal. He rushes towards me and I stumble backwards, fumbling with the strap of my satchel as I try to grab an item to stop him. Wixit. The dude in the in Hades? I can see that. Despite the name, these simple-looking items do not produce... I was going to say, oh, I'm sure it produces a Wixit field. No, it doesn't. Wixit field. They belong to the diurnal... Hear the singing? They belong to the diurnal branch. Game's getting scary. Caroline. They cause a freezing effect in the body, earning them the nickname Medusa Stones. Fortunately, this effect is not permanent. They cause a freezing effect. Wixit cord. Nickname Medusa Stones. Low-key think it's that. Stones. Belong to the diurnal branch. Let's just see if it's this. Diurnic and Noctic. Don't worry, as I'm stumbling and this guy is chasing me, I paused. I froze time in real life. Okay, so that one is Noctic. And then that one is Diurnic. Okay, so it's that and then the spirally one. Okay. You think it would be that right off the bat? Maybe. They cause a freezing effect in the body, earning them the nickname Medusa Stones. What? Okay, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. It caused me to reflect on my own mortality. Okay, I don't think it's that. Let's check this one out. Tin. It's cool. Gives me goosebumps. That one, maybe? Maybe that one. That one does have that, like, bad stone there. Oh, wait. I think that's the paralysis symbol. I think that's what that is. Yeah, that's the paralysis symbol. It's gotta be that. It has to be that. Because, like, yeah. And it's literally like a stone. Let's try it. Boom. Lixic core. These items feature many symbols of paralysis. It produces a knock. I didn't even check the fields. I should have done that. Oh my gosh. To my relief, the man goes rigid almost immediately and topples forward onto the cobblestone. I turn and run, wanting to put as much distance as possible between myself and that creature. When I finally come to my senses, I realize I should alert Dr. Robinson, but by the time I return to the Twinings, the man is nowhere to be seen. Okay, well, that's not great for us. What do you think, Jupiter? That's kind of what I'm thinking, too. Okay, this can go away. Go away. Yeah, and, like, it wasn't great. I mean, there was, like, a whole coven and a whole, like, murder of, like, half a coven of witches in the last one. Something bad is about to happen. The Raven knows it. My grandfather once taught me how to use a Cassander to see the paths ahead, but I saw what it did to him and vowed never to touch one after he died. This is another bishop. But the gnawing worry of what is coming has become too much for me. Hi, Antonio. I'm all right. I'm just trying to, like, stop this whole town from getting killed, I think. The eyes of a Cassander feels like the more right way to say it. Focus on the power of the mind, enabling those skilled enough to see the path or paths ahead. These items do not produce a Mentic field, as one might expect, but rather the more mysterious Selenic. Okay? Care should always be taken with any object of prophecy, and these are no different. Many have been seduced or driven, made by the paths shown in them, and have been led to ruin. The eyes. Maybe that's what this is. Causes me to reflect on my own mortality. Could be this too. It could be a lot of things. So the Selenic field is of the moon. Moon prism power. Okay, the like DNA infinity thing. Not that. Okay. Not that either. Could be that. And also if that's bronze. Okay. So maybe that. Not that. Not that. This has eyes too. Oh, whatever that produces is not really a field. This has eyes too. Ooh. Maybe that. Forgetting what I already checked. Oh, maybe that. Not that. Not that. I think I already checked this, right? Yeah. Not that. This has eyes too. No, not that. Assuming it's not this. Yeah. Hand. Not that. Okay. So these three are what we're looking at. It says the eyes. It has this like winding, which could look like those ram's horns. The eyes of a Cassander focus on the power of the mind, enabling those skilled enough to see the path or paths ahead. These items do not produce a mentic field, rather more mysterious Hellenic. Care should always be taken with any object of prophecy, and these are no different. Many have been seduced or driven mad. So these two have gemstones. This one looks more like the jade. So that's a stone of earth and nature. And the other one has, I think, the malachite, which is the fourth eye. So that one, I think, has the malachite. So would we think that the malachite, the eyes, or would you think that like this, like, I mean, I feel like either of those could have been unjustifiable because it's like you can see the path and then the path could be like nature. That makes sense. Maybe that's a stretch. I want to move you over a little bit. I'm being a little finicky about this. Okay. Gilbert. There's always something, seems to be something going on in Undermere. The sooner I can get this sorted and be on my way, the better. My uncle gave me a ring and I have had nothing but bad fortune ever since. I'm starting to think it might be cursed. Is there any way to uncurse it? Cursed ring? Heart suffers. The heart of the sufferer feels constricted. Necrosis of the flesh. We already did the Braxis one. Nightmares, we did that one. Marked by telltale blue tint of the eyes. Ooh. You think his eyes are blue? They look... Blue tint of the eyes. Those under this curse are plagued by waking hallucinations. that's his problem. Do you think they might be that? So the sapphire curse? Let's see. It's not in here. Back to curse. Lamb's siphon. That's the black heart curse. I don't know if we have that. Cusic purifier. Cleansed of simple imbued curses or hexes. Not this one. Do you feel like his eyes are blue? I mean, I guess they are. It's kind of hard to tell. But if the yes, no, Strange Horticulture is really good too. It's really, really good. And it's 60% off right now. It's a really good sale. Oh, that's right. This is plagued by walking hallucinations. I don't think he said anything about that really, right? There's always something going on. The sooner I get the sword, the better. My uncle gave me a ring and I have had nothing but bad fortune. I wonder if like luck is it? I mean, I guess he's saying curse, so. You think it's just one of the, I'm always assuming it's a new item. Small tokens such as rings. Okay. Okay. Now, which item is that? I should put them in like, I mean, I like the hanging items like this. It only takes a moment to surf through them. Oh, it's probably one of these. This one. Okay. Alright. Satisfied. Lavinia. Hawthorne. I've been researching ancient customs, particularly those relating to the thaumaturgy, and I am fascinated by the use of objects in ritual ceremony. If you were able to get your hands on a gris, I would be very interested in studying it further. Okay. For the ritual of the broken path, the gris is heated slowly over flame. To have full effect, it must be held in an ungloved hand until the ritual is complete, no matter how hot it gets. The ritual should not be performed by those who have not studied Wixic art. It is common to suffer burns. When done correctly, it should not be painful. Broken path? Is it just in that? This is heated slowly over a flame. Could be this. All those are labeled. Could it be that it has a Wixic field? Of the body. Okay, that one. Nope, that's not right. Yeah. see if I can find something with that field. That has that field. I don't like the creepy hand, but that. I would just think like this, like holding a bottle of some kind of liquid and like maybe it needs to like bubble or something, you know, I don't know. To be purified or whatever. That one has it, but it's really faint. I wonder if I hold it over the flame for a minute if it'll get stronger. Kind of seems to. I'll put it over here. Not that. That doesn't have anything. Okay. Not that. Not that. These were both this one, weren't they? Yeah, they were. This one. We're convinced this is the spirit's eye this whole time. So, or this. So both of these produce that field. The fact that this one is weak makes me think that it's this one because like when it's over the flame, it gets stronger. Like it's so faint. And then the other one is this one. It's pretty strong there. I know, right? Like you're over here doing all of this. So since it says, to have full effect, it must be held in an ungloved hand until the ritual is complete, no matter how hot it gets. And it's also made out of tin. The ritual should not be performed by those who have not studied Wixic art. It is common to suffer burns when done correctly. It should not be painful. Let's... Okay, not that. It was not that. I wonder if I should be holding things over a flame and see if something happens. Like if they start like glowing or something. You know? Like, I don't know if it... This had a Wixic pattern. I don't know if that inherently means that it's like... If it's that or if it's like something else. Down here, this one. Is that the one you're thinking of? Yeah, it was from the when we were doing. I really don't need. I should put these away. It was from when we were doing the ones that were resonant. Like these were all the resonant ones. So yeah, I could put this one back up here. I don't think it's this. feel like... It's not possible. I mean, I guess it is, right? Is it possible to not have it? I feel like I've done all the clues. Unless I need to solve this first. Do I need to solve this first? Pendant of the yellow sun. Thank you. That's... Bring a charm of green growth. That's the sun. What's your thought, Moss? We did solve one of these. We had one of these line up and we solved it. I think you were here for that, though. Mars in winter, rising in summer. Is that Mars? No, that's not Mars. That is Mars. Okay. I know Sailor Moon. Mars in winter? So, I mean, if you put that there... Sacrament is a baptism ceremony. In spring, a charm of green growth. Spring. I mean, that's kind of looks like a tree. Sacrament is a baptism ceremony. Like, I see the sun right there, and that's summer. Like, this is the summer symbol, and that's the sun. Mars in winter, rising in summer. This is Mars, and this is winter. Formed by a blood priest within a stone circle. In spring, a charm of green growth. In summer, a pendant of the yellow sun. In autumn, an instrument of the red night. In winter, a totem of blue fire. Before. It was already blue. It didn't really, I don't think it really changed. thing. It just has the glow behind it. There's not any on all of these. No, there's not anything on any of these. Where's my thingy majiggy? Where'd it go? So, the sacrament is a baptism ceremony. What do you think about a sacrament? Yes. Olgan Grimm, which we have. That's the mask, I think. These eerie creations are worn by priests of Holgar in various rituals relating to death and the afterlife. The sacrament to ask for his protection. Wolf Song's truth to seek his judgment. Path of the warrior to help the dead find their way. So protection. Sacrament is a baptism ceremony. Does this mean... That means phosphorus. That right there? That's is that... I want to believe that one of these is a tree. Wind, okay. And that rising. Earth. Frost, heat, and ice. Humans. I can't tell if the singing is like... summers and winter. Do we just go here? Is it that? Yeah, do we just go here? Oh my gosh, were we overthinking that so much? Because we had another one, right? The other one was like, it said another, so maybe that's what it was. The smell and sounds of cooking greet me as I enter the castle kitchens. I feel a little foolish as I try to avoid the cook's glares while following the clues left to me by a mad old man. What was I thinking? I'm not going to find anything here. And yet on the exact spot where the map leads, there is something, a floorboard that has been cut and replaced. With a little difficulty, I lift it up and feel around in the cavity below my fingers, grasp something hard. Is that the item we need? Should I just send it? Is that the item we need? I don't even remember what I'm looking for on this thing now. Field. What field is it? I'm a little annoyed. I'm a little annoyed. I'm gonna be honest. We should have had that a long time ago. Over here. Go right here. Not seeming to do anything for us. That changes. That took so long. Leopold. There's been a basilisk sighting in the hills across the river from Backbarrow. I wouldn't say I'm a brave man, but I have a duty to protect my livestock and village. Better me than a younger man with his life ahead of him. I have come to prepare my sword. My sword? What? For like for the basilisk thing? Folium. Oh, it is a blade. A blade is drawn across the face of a folium 6 times during the ritual of the Hand of Prior. Dreyer huntsmen and those wanting to prove themselves perform this ritual before seeking out the basilisk, as a folium blade is the only known way to pierce its thick armor. A blade is drawn across the face of a folium. I think that has like scratches on it. Blade is drawn across the face of a folium 6 times during the ritual of the Hand of Prior. Dreyer huntsmen and those wanting to prove themselves perform this ritual before seeking out the basilisk as a folium blade. Okay. I'm leaning towards this. Muffin pitted. Look and see what those symbols mean and see if that's like any indication of anything. What does say? Is it that? Is that why it's Crisscross grooves. I was just thinking it was just the lines in the hand. I think it's actually that. The grooves on the hand. Interesting. Interesting. You don't really fit there the way I want you to, but I want to put my hands back together. I like my hands in one place. Francesca's back. They've escaped. At first, my patients grew agitated when I used the Gaudian siren, but then I had a breakthrough. Vivian Cartwright woke up. She seemed lucid, calm even. I made a stupid mistake and loosened her restraints. I don't know what happened, whether the siren stopped working or if perhaps it never worked and she tricked me, but almost immediately she changed back and turned violent. Before I knew it, she had managed to free the others. We tried to stop them, but they fought their way out of the hospital. I have no idea where they've gone. I don't trust her. I don't trust her. Almost imperceptibly, the casket began to absorb the crepuscular power that had leached into the stone and earth of its lightless tomb. I have to read the whole thing on that. Oh, this is a tomb. This is a tomb. Ooh, how very Rapunzel of you. I know we've seen this one. Ooh. So do we change the clock to that? Oh, I think we had that time. Oh, I could just do this. That's definitely easier. That's all the way up. Maybe I need that. What does it mean? Dawn and dusk. Okay. Okay. There we go. That is... Ooh, okay. That's what that means. Let's go to... What side is it? Okay. Let's go to here. Okay. So... The image on the other side was the sun. That made like the half moon. So it's not that. So do we go... This one has the same moon. The air is stifling in the darkness and the claustrophobia of the tunnels almost overwhelms me, but I press on. I remind myself that there are few who venture down here, which means the chances of an interesting find are higher. It doesn't take long for my search to bear fruit. Ooh, like a dagger? That's kind of crazy. That's kind of a crazy find. Thaddeus. It does look sacrificial. The Witherance was a terrible idea. I've only gone and made things worse. I wish Eli was back. He'd know what to do. Some years ago now, a friend brought an item to me, a black casket, and I learned that it was a dark article. I should have brought it to Eli right then and there, but I knew he would want to destroy it. I'm a collector of things. It seemed too important to allow it to be destroyed, but I see how naive that was now. This casket is far more dangerous than anything I've come across before, and now I hear they are looking for it with their black eyes. Either I need to keep them out of the museum or bring the casket here to Strange Antiquities and hide it in one of its secret places. I think we should hide it. Dread Vivant Lunima, is that what that was called? Dread Vivant is the only way to handle some of the more dangerous artifacts. It can siphon power away from oneself for a time. The power rising up off a Dread Vivant is subtle but noticeably invigorating. These objects represent the balance of life and death, or good and evil, hope and despair. And the other one was that what it was? Libula? No, Lunima. Okay. Totally wrong on that. Lunima. Lunima, also called a moon pool or heart of tranquility, harnesses the power of the element to create an aura of unease. They can be used to keep people away from places they are not welcome. There is a superstition among thaumaturges that says that a lunima should not be used when the moon is full. It's not known where this idea came from. I think we should take it. I think we should take it. Dangerous artifact. It can siphon power. The power rising up off a dread. Subtle but invigorating. These objects represent the balance of a life and death. So... feels unusual, not hot, not... I don't want them coming here. There's something unusual about this item. I can't quite put my finger on it, though. Where was the one? This. Reflect on my own mortality. Gemstone. One of those gemstones is the death gemstone. Is the other one a life one? I don't think it is. This is a dark stone. And then... like the literal death stone. Stone of death and decay. It does. Yes, it is. Yep. I feel like the other item is this. Maybe this. What did I say I wanted to do? I want to do this one, right? I feel like... I like want to say it's this one. I don't think it's this one. Dangerous. It can siphon. Like, I think it's this one. Here's what I think. I think it's this one. Because this is literally, like, part of the, like, game art. And that's why I think it's that. And I think we're, like, about to literally, like, experience the game. And so that's why I feel like it's this one. A dread vivant is the only way to handle some of the more dangerous artifacts. It can siphon power away. And that's like why we have it. Like it's our, like we can harness that power here. The Lunima. I think that's this one. I'm concept of balance is reflected in the design. The skull and the flower. Look at it. You're right. You're 100% right. Closer inspect reveals the power the item exudes. Okay. I don't know if that was a good choice or a bad choice, but it was a choice. It was a choice. I'm gonna move this over. There's an uneasy quiet in town today. There aren't many people out and about. I'm heading straight home as soon as I'm done with my deliveries. Okay. Oh. I'm gonna read it. I have recently come into possession of a number of texts on the subject of arcane artifacts. You are welcome to them if they are of any use to you. If I don't hear from you, I will donate them to the library across the street. Okay. The library. Library. Wordsworth Library. That's the only one, right? The only library? Farm, Strange Horticulture, Barrows, Church, Hospital, Wood, House, Yard. I'm like paranoid that there's multiple libraries. So across the street, this? Several of the scrolls look promising, but they are written in the Dradic script, and my understanding is too rudimentary to make use of them. If Arona was around, I'm sure she could translate them, but she isn't, and I can't. There was definitely something about translating languages. Y'all remember that? I do. See if there's like a translate or a language. Babelia. Mentic. These can be used to aid with translation of foreign text, although they require some skill to make full use. The ability does not transfer to spoken language. Okay. Where are you? You're right here. Hey. The effect of the Babyllium makes my head spin, and I close my eyes tight for a moment as my mind catches up. The pages swirl and blur in front of me, letters and words floating in and out of focus. After a time, I find that I can read them, though it takes some effort and I feel drained as I reach the end. Oh, did you see that page? What was that? What? It was this one. Oh, what is that? Okay. With all that's been happening in Undermere, I picked the worst week possibly to lose my Bryhic charm. You know, fragments of a man, even worse. I hope that you can have one that I can replace it with. Like what? Oh, is he coming through the wall? Is that what he's doing? Exactly. Ooh, these are queens. Here's women instead. A powerful item that offers hope in times of worry, protection in times... It's gotta be this. It's gotta be this. Powerful item that offers hope in times of worry, protection in times of darkness, and wisdom in times of uncertainty. It wields the power of the maiden, the mother, and the crone, the Wiccan triple goddess. Protection. Got that there. I feel like it's gotta be that. I'm just gonna trust. Oh my gosh! Ugh, I hate when okay, anyways. It's fine. It's fine. Not that. Could be that. Pull out the book. Get ahead of myself and want to find something cool. I think I can find it. There was Wiccan symbols in the back. Triple goddess. Oh, this. That. That's lame. I wanted it to be the thing with 3 things. I want it to be right. And it does have the moon on it. A vessel of the earth. Over thither. I gotta move y'all down here. I really have identified just about everything. I'm sorry, I did not intend to be away for so long. Welcome back, Eli. I trust the shop has not been too much trouble to look after in my absence. I've learned a lot from my time in Oxford. There was a powerful dark article here in Undermere called the Nalian Casket. And now you're telling me that my foolish half-wit of a brother has had it in his museum this whole time? I know how to destroy it, but it's not going to be easy. Whatever happens, it must not be opened. We will need to create a Pillar of Calaris. From what I gather, such a feat has not been attempted in over 500 years. Oh, cool. Right. Thanks, Eli, for showing up after I did all the work. I just hope there's enough time to prepare. I'm afraid I can't stay, but I'll be back as soon as I can. Eli! Brother! Pillar of Calaris is a powerful blast of energy that consumes the darkness. In my opinion, it is the safest way to destroy the powerful dark articles. It can only be produced at a place of significant thalamic convergence, strength and weakness, light and darkness. Align the opposing powers at opposing compass points. When Corkin's light, the strong... With Corkin's light, the strong will be made weak and the dark will be made light. Okay, cool. That's sure. Sounds good. He literally showed up and said, I gotta go. I have had my energy drained by some disturbing evil power. For days now, I have felt tired and frail, and then today I found something that horrified me. Beneath my bed, I discovered a carved wooden effigy with a strange symbol painted upon it. I don't know who has done this to me, but all I want for now is to lift this feeling of weakness. Energy drained. Strict as though they're clamped in a vice. The skin is pale and cold to the touch. Yeah, you do look kind of pale. Read normally they feel as though they are choking. Nightmares. Weakness. It might have been. Yeah, let me go and look at the weakness. These people come in here and they do go after each other, like they do. Come and ask for an item and then they're like, I need this, and then you find out that they used it on someone else later. Oh, there's no weakness in here. No. Have my energy drained by some disturbing evil power. Tired and frail. There was it this? Was this the weakness one? Witherance? Is that what that was? Is that what that was? Weakness. 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 Okay, so yeah. So the witherance. So would we want to give her the fortinance to undo that? Because they're like opposites of each other? Do you think? That's what I would think, to like undo it. Okay, cool. Who came and asked for the witherance? We need to find out who asked for the witherance, because they're on my hit list. I feel like Isabella's just vibing. Susan. Oh, look, Susan's got the thing on her. I would like a Bloodbeck. The nameless ones are restless. I am ready to hear their voices. Bloodbeck. It was once thought that these objects could be used to commune with the dead, but it is now widely believed that such a thing is not possible. It is not known where the strange voices that emanate— there was something that was talking to us— from a Bloodbeck originate, but there are some who believe they are the voices of nameless gods. There was something over here that was talking to me. Was it this? No, this? These are also like both like death stones. So I feel pretty confident in that. That one feels pretty reasonable. Ugh! Ugh! Take it! Take it! Take it! Okay, I clicked too fast on that. Bloodbeck. Thaddeus. I went to move the cat. Oh my gosh. You and your brother are both idiots. I went to move the casket, but it's gone. What do we do? I heard Eli's back in town, but he hasn't come to see me. And if he's not here, then I don't know where to find him. What do we do? Stop being men. Okay, this is the last day. I'm gonna read the whole thing through again, okay? The black mare thundered through the icy rain, shining wet in the silver moonlight. Her cloaked rider was exhausted, cold, and soaked to the bone. He knew he would not survive the night if he did not reach Backbarrow. A deep pain radiated down the side of the rider's head where he had sliced himself with the diverging hook, and his thoughts were scattered and torn. He could not see out of his left eye. 2 days earlier, the rider and his fellow adventurer were deep underground, exploring the tunnels below the Kirkhead Tower, when they made a discovery. Their elation at their find would soon turn to horror. At the end of a long passageway, after days spent clearing away dangerous rockfalls, the duo came upon a chamber. In it, they found a small stone tomb, too small to contain human remains. Inside was the reason they had toiled so hard, a small black casket, a very valuable small black casket. They knew enough not to open it, but perhaps too little to fully understand the danger it posed. At camp that night, one of the pair had awoken with pain in his left eye. He was alert to the threat at once, recognizing two things at the same time. One, a part of his mind was not his own, and two, the casket wanted to be opened. He knew what he had to do. Without hesitating, he took hold of his diverging hook and used it to cut away the infected part of his mind before it could spread and consume him entirely. As his mind roiled in confusion, he watched through his remaining good eye as his partner lunged towards the satchel that contained the casket. To his horror, he saw his partner's eyes were black. That's, I think, Francesca's father. He tried to use the diverging hook on his partner as he had done on himself, but he could find no part of him that had not been taken over by the infection. His partner's hands ripped at the satchel, tearing it open and sending the black casket tumbling out. The two men fought as the heavens opened and lightning flashed across the night. One man wrested the cask from the other's grasp and leaped astride his horse, galloping off into the cold, wet darkness. The rider was lucky. He made it to Back Barrow and found refuge there and was nursed back to health. He would later discover his left eye was permanently blackened, like his partner's eyes had been. The rider's partner was less fortunate. They found his frozen body a week later. That's Francesca and her sister's dad, the one who died, I think. And the guy who's been coming in with an eye patch, that's who this is, I think. With dreams of earning his fortune long banished from his mind, the man brought the casket to a trusted friend, Thaddeus, the curator of a museum in Undermere. Together they looked for answers. The curator learned that the Nelean cask is a dark article, a class reserved for the most cursed and most dangerous of objects. He locked it away deep within the museum's archives, along with other such artifacts that are best kept from public eyes. But the problem with storing powerful... This is so Lord of the Rings. I mean, I know that's not original, but the problem with storing powerful dark artifacts is that slowly, inevitably, the darkness seeks out. Almost imperceptibly, the casket began to absorb the crepuscular power that had leached into the stone and the earth of its lightless tomb. Last day. It festered and pulsated until it could no longer be contained. Some part of it reached out from the darkness, creating eyes so that it might find itself and hands so that it might open itself. The casket wanted to be opened. Stack of books. What's that symbol? I lie below books and scrolls on the esoteric and the arcane. Me when book. I lie below books and scrolls on the esoteric and the arcane. How many books down here are there? There's a library. Sorry, it's covering it right here. There's a library. Entering the library, I am drawn to a dark alcove round to the right, bearing the title Esoterica and Arcana. I'm sure there is much to learn here, but sadly, a cursory glance is all I have time for today. Piled up on a reading desk, I find books on ornithology alongside bestiaries of the old world. You can learn a lot about a person from the books that they read. Ooh, that didn't clear that. Is there something else we need to look for? Wait, it did say... This is 2 floors. This is 2 floors. There is a lot... That's where Simone is? So, which room is it? Would it be like any of these? Okay, so like okay, hold on. Let me cover my camera for the Twitch folks. So like the library is right here. Presumably this and this are like, this is the same staircase. Like this is the same staircase. So like the library would be here. Would it be like one of these? That's what I'm saying. This is, yeah, this is the floor. This is below. Like the library's right here. But this is below the library. But how do I... Round to the right? I'm not sure I know what you mean. Can I go back? Let me see if I can go back. Okay, I can. My camera back on, hold on. What are we missing? Under the library, I'm drowned to a dark alcove. Round to the right, bearing the title Esoterica and Arcana. Round to the right. So like here? So one of these? Or does it mean like here? So the one on the end, you think? One on the end? You think this one? Oh no. Okay, not there. Oh yikes. Okay. Should I just go to the next one? I don't know why that one works. I feel like the one on the end made more sense. As I open the door, I'm hit by the musty smell of damp. Lovely. This room hasn't been entered for some time. Yeah, I feel like it would, yeah, I don't know. Maybe, I see what y'all were saying, like where the magnifying glass was. Yeah, I see what you're saying. The room hasn't been entered for some time. The corner of the room is piled high with scrolls of parchment and old books. But underneath the debris, I find something of interest. Ooh. This is the last day, right? Eli's back. Eli, listen. The museum was ransacked last night. Oh no. I went looking for my brother, but he's nowhere to be found. The good news is they didn't find what they were looking for. I moved the casket myself and hid it here in one of Strange Antiquities' vaults. It's safe for now, but we can't leave it here for long. I have more to prepare, but I've left instructions on how to access the vault in the desk drawer. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that one was definitely... A candle that gives off no light, an anchor that has never touched the ocean, a finger but not of flesh. Okay, a candle that gives off no light. Obviously that. An anchor that has never touched the ocean. I wonder if the word anchor's in the book anywhere. Anchor? No. I'm sure it was like, do any of these have anchor in their name? Shadow anchor. Okay, shadow anchor. Shadow anchor. Shadow anchor. Shadow hold. And do you think that's the finger? Shadow anchor. And then a finger, but not a flesh. That is 2 fingers, though. Maybe this? The finger. Oh, another flower. Okay. I'll leave that there because I guess it's not technically solved yet. Okay, so... Oh, JK. Moon. Prism power. Okay. The flower's your vibe. It's a clock. It's a clock. Okay, but also the fact that these vaults, like, essentially exist in, like, the nether or the ether. Like, that's the casket, right? I don't want to touch it. Do you? I don't really want to touch it. If I'm being real with you, I don't want it. Blackened wood. I'll read what he says in a second. A complex feeling comes over me. It's both horrifying and yet compelling. Okay, wait. The lake has turned black. As omens go, I'd say that's probably quite a bad one. The mail won't deliver itself. David, you know what? You're a real one. You really are. I found this note in an old writing desk up at Gleeston Castle. I expect it will mean more to you. Fear in autumn. Okay. Rising in winter. It feels all too prescient as well as we hurtle towards winter and a terribly unknown fate. Okay. Okay, so we know how to do this time. We're not going to overthink it. We know how to do it. So fear in autumn. What is the fear symbol? Fear. 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 This. Okay. Fear. It's over here. Fear in autumn. Winter. Say winter rising. Rising in winter. Fear in autumn. I searched the room at the foot of the western tower quite thoroughly before finding a stash of papers. To my dismay, they are largely the scrawlings of a madman, but in amongst the nonsense, there is some valuable information. Okay, more pages. Okay, thanks, David. That's done. This is the guy that the story's about. I have discovered the missing piece of the puzzle. There is an ancient shrine to the nameless gods of the skull of Blencathra. It seems humanity tried worshipping them once, long ago, before we learned how little they care for us. We must take the casket there. Whatever happens, we must not allow it to be opened. Do I trust him? I mean, he's the reason that we're all here. Do we trust him? Eli's back. It's time to end this now. Bring the casket to the pit. What? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. The pit is number 20. The sun is low in the sky as we arrive at the pit, casting a warm light across the treetops and the open fields. A solitary raven cries out from the tree line, and I look to the skies, but they are empty. The pit itself is an ominous sight that the otherwise serene atmosphere can do nothing to diminish. It is a scorched black hole, perhaps 5 meters in diameter, that have an unnatural look to it. This is a site of thalamic convergence. It is no simple thing to destroy an object of this kind. We need to set up opposing powers as opposing compass points, strength and weakness, light and darkness. And finally, we need the light of Korkin to bind them. Oh my gosh. Okay. Light and darkness? It said morning and night too, right? Strength and weakness. Okay, is that these? That's gotta be these. Strength and weakness? These are strength and weakness. I feel like they have to be. And then, what was the other one? Strength and weakness, light and dark. If he said, so strength, weakness. I'm finna be in the pit. I heard she's been begging on live for money recently. I don't know if that's actually true. What did we have? I know we had like... light. Candle. Sun bond. Light of cork. Was that the last thing we needed? Is that what he said? The light of corking is the last thing. So, sun bond? Sun bond? Light and darkness. So we need, let me see what darkness comes up. Darkness. Ryak charm. Light of Corkin still there. Pit. Tenebrand cloak. Veiled fen. Okay, I don't think it's that, because that's the thing that got clouded when we put it in the thing. Charm. That was the... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That was the charm that I got too eager on. Pit. We haven't solved this one yet. Oh my gosh, sorry. I keep clicking the wrong thing. Represents the earth, the sun, and death. Okay. The Tenebrand cloak. On activation, a Tenebrand cloak can create a sphere of enshrouding darkness. Tenebrand cloak. That's the veiled fen. This? Oh, and this has the moon on it. Does that feel right? I feel like the thing for like literally a sun thing has to be like... And then we have to get this one. We have to guess this one or figure it out. Despite appearances, these Noctic items have no connection to the League of the Amphesian Heart. They are objects of considerable power that can turn darkness to light and fear to joy. Okay, so it's Noctic. So what do we have left? Maybe it's this. Let me pull out my thingy. Lighting poster with the Corkin's light, the strong will be made. A pillar of Colaris. I wonder... Do you think if we did... maybe this goes to this as well. Like, if we wanted to follow this, like, cult, we would put, like... Because, look, do you think that's what this would mean? So, like, if we were going to follow this group and open the box in the spring, so here we would put something that's green. Probably this. This. And then in the summer, we would put the sun charm. And then this over here, we would put something that's red. And then in the south, do you think that's what that means? I bet that's what that means. So if we wanted to do the ceremony for Holgar, I think that's what that means. This will consume the darkness. I'm on board with saving everybody. Okay, wait. We gotta figure out what this... Oh, Noctic? Is that what I'm doing? Noctic? So cozy, am I right? Just, like, so cozy. I think that, like, the, like, schematics of this game Like, people would say that this is a cozy game because it doesn't have combat, but I would say that what you're doing is combat. Do that wrong? Oh, this needs to go down one. The swirly. The swirly. Okay. Now, I do want to I low-key want to replay it and do that. Okay. This symbol is here. I wonder if that, or if that's just an empty page. No connection. I mean, I guess we just need to see with what we have left. Not that. Not that. What's it again? Lined looking one. Is it this one? Maybe it was this one. Nope. 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 Maybe it's the dagger? That one does the correct movement, but that stone in the middle, I think, is a bad stone. Nope. The dagger? It has some symbols on it, too. Wood and gold. Carved detailing. Cast it into the fire is how I'm feeling right now. Okay. Not that. Not. Okay. I feel like the dagger makes more sense, right? And it's like gold. It's like it's glowing. That one stone. Stone of fire and fury. Oh, it's onyx. The stone of the night and of darkness. Okay, so the snakes can't be it, right? The stone of the night and the darkness, there are some who fear it. And we need, this is a light thing. So it's... Are those symbols light? No, you're fine. You're fine. It is cool looking. I like it too. Gold, the sun. Doesn't really represent either of those. What do you think? Do you think we should go with the dagger? I feel like... those are the two that give it, and the other one literally has, like, a darkness. So I feel like... It said that it was not connected to that. The Amphesian heart. So the Amphesian talon. That was the finger thing. That's the only other item we have. It's gotta be one of these two. I mean, can it be the snake? Black gemstone? Let me go back to Orkin. To call on the guiding wisdom of the goddess Korkin. She is the goddess of the earth creation and rebirth. It is maintained by some that these are not objects of power, but they exude imposing aura. Right? That's what we were looking at, right? Osik ring. Wait! Some of macabre objects were originally made as an offering to the goddess, but the practice found a favor. She has 2 snakes! She's literally, she's the serpent god. Okay, fine. She's the serpent goddess. We need to set up opposing powers at opposing compass points. Strength and weakness, light and darkness. Now we need the light of Korkin. Eli inspects my work. His face shows little emotion, but he seems satisfied. First of all, Eli, where have you been the last 18 days? But he seems satisfied. By now, the sun has finished setting and only a hint of red afterglow remains in the darkening sky. The raven croaks his mournful cry once again, but this time there is a reply, and then another. I look up and several dark shapes circling above. Quickly now, they're here. I spin around to follow Eli's gaze, and my pulse quickens as I look out across the field. A large group of shadowy figures is walking steadily towards us. We can't see their faces at the distance in the low light, but I'd be willing to bet that every one of them has pools of midnight for eyes. In the sky above, the ravens continue to grow in number, and their caws and cries get louder and louder. It's a conspiracy of ravens! You're right! I look down at the black object in my hands, such a small thing, and yet its seductive power is impossible to ignore. It wants to be opened. Suddenly, it feels inevitable. The casket, now! But I'm not sure I want to give it to him. No, I'm doing it. What was the Wixit cord? Wixit cord. Cause a freezing effect. No. I'm giving him the casket. I'm doing it. The wave of intoxicating power washes over me, but I hold strong against it. I hand over the casket, and together we begin activating the items arranged around the pit. Working as fast as we can, it still takes longer than we'd like, and when I look up again, the thaumaturge has fear in his eyes. It's not working. He's clutching the light of Korkin, but it's lifeless in his hands. Such a shame. I turn to see the occult scholar. Her eyes are black, and she has a dread Vivivant in her hand. Where did she get that from? Not strange antiquities, I hope. She must be using it to dampen the power. We will take the casket now. It will be opened. All around us, the black-eyed mob shrieks and cheers, jostling and shoving and tripping over one another in their frantic race to reach the casket. Those at the front are nearly upon us. All hope is lost. But the thaumaturge thinks faster than I do. He quickly activates the Daedalus link and floats out across the pit, clutching the casket. The mob around me pays me no attention. They only have eyes for the casket. Eli begins to speak, quietly at first, and then rising in volume until he's almost shouting. I am no longer afraid. I am the dirt beneath the ground and the rock below that. I am the dust stretched thin across the empty space. I am everything cold and dead and dying. But I am also the heat and the light, the wind, the ice and the fire, the leaves of the tree, on the tree, and the water in the river. I am everything warm and alive and living. At that moment, Eli locks eyes with me, and suddenly I understand what I need to do. I charge forward and tackle the possessed scholar. I grapple with her, trying to prise the dread Vivant from her hands, but she is surprisingly wiry and strong. We teeter closer and closer to the edge of the pit, and cold fear hits my stomach as I look down into its inky depths. With one last burst of energy, I grab Verona and twist my body, pushing with all my strength. Ugh. She scrabbles at the bare dirt at the edge, but she is unable to find purchase and she falls. I will never forget the look of shock horror on her face as she plunged into the darkness of the pit. Eli wastes no time. As soon as he is able to, he activates the light. Time stands still, and there is a rush and a roar as a swirling vortex of blue-green light races up out of the pit. The full force of it strikes Eli, and he is obliterated by its power. The casket ascends, soaring up into the night sky, where it seems to hang for a moment, turning slowly in the air until, with a shrieking, splintering crash, it shatters into 1,000 pieces, and then there is nothing but smoke and the smell of ozone, and all is quiet. I gotta respect him for sacrificing himself. He said, I know, he's like, I'm not afraid. He knew what was gonna happen. Eli's death has hit me hard in the aftermath of the events at the pit. Without his sacrifice, the casket would have surely been opened and devastation and horror unleashed on the world. But it is Verona that keeps me up at night. I have spoken to her daughter Simone, and she does not blame me. but I can't help replaying it over and over in my mind, trying to will a different outcome in. That's exactly how I feel. Trying to will a different outcome into existence. I fear I will forever be haunted by it. It has been some small comfort to learn that those who were under the casket spell have been released. They remember nothing from their ordeal, but there seems to be no lingering ill effects, and Dr. Robinson says they all have made a full recovery. It shows you who's alive and who's not. Killed by your own hand. We got ending 7. There's so many a noble death. The casket has been destroyed, but at what cost? Bonnie is missing. Audrey's deceased, murdered by her own bloodthirsty followers when the casket was not opened. Jupiter's alive. Jupiter's alive. Simone misses her mother. Bonnie tried to murder Barton and has not been seen since. Interesting. Verona. I get maybe if you unlock the casket, you might be able to kill everybody. I don't know. Ah, it was so good. Oh my gosh, these games are so good. Holy cow. The epilogue. Tess. My father is suffering from Morgan's. Oh, is this like his doctors have given up on him, but Dr. Robinson told me there might be a way to save him. She said it might be possible to stop the infection spreading, cutting the poisonous thoughts from his mind, but she said it was okay. This is just me getting to continue to play, right? Yeah, so you can just, because we just have a handful of items. I mean, it looks like we've solved like at least 80% of the items. It does look good like that. Oh my goodness. How many endings are there? How many endings are there actually? I want to know. Strange. I don't really want to spoil myself. Because I got number 7. Horticulture had 8. That's crazy. I want to see all 8 endings. This didn't tell me. This says endings 1 and 6. Endings 7 and 8. 9 endings. That's what this website says. There are 9 endings in Strange Antiquities, and the guide covers all but the secret ending. A secret 9. So there's 8 normal endings and a 9th one. That's... Dang. That's what it says. A secret ending. That's crazy. Like the trees. Like the trees in this game start very early. Like you set yourself down a certain path on like day 4. Like 3. Like you... I know. Now I'm really curious. That was great. They're always great. Like I've not been disappointed. If you haven't played Strange Horticulture and you liked any of this, I know we said this, it's on sale right now, or it was on sale. It's just as good. It has a bunch of endings. There's, like I said, there's like a whole coven of witches. There's also like a secret society, like, all of it. Like, it just all, yeah, honestly, there, and again, you saw my endings. You could go a whole, I mean, you could go the same way, but you could go a whole different route. There are, like, I'm thinking, not to, I mean, again, you can figure, I think that letter that she gave us, if we had placed those artifacts, I'm guessing that that would have, like, that would have done a whole nother ending as well. Like, I think we probably would have, like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I think the box would have been opened, but I think that that would have, like, done something on its own as well. So that's a bunch. I was hoping this would take 2 hours. It's 3.5 hours later. That's fine. I thought we would be done faster, but of course we're not. And that's totally fine. Okay, well, hopefully you didn't mind a late afternoon stream that took longer. Yeah, let me pull it up. I know it's a Steam sale right now, so if you're looking for the games, they might not be on sale on other platforms. But Strange Antiquities, I think the sale, it might have been. Strange Antiquities was 10% off, and I think Strange Horticulture was like, and even if you don't get them today and you put them on your wish list for next time they go on sale. Yeah, Strange Horticulture is currently on Steam. It's currently 60% off, so it is $6.39. And in my opinion, even 1 hour of gameplay is worth $6. So even if you played 3-4 hours, you would probably get a really positive return if you liked this title, if you hadn't seen the first one. My Strange Horticulture VODs are on the VOD channel as well. But those, yeah, so that game is 60% off right now on Steam. So it's $6.39. It's normally $16. So I loved that one. That one's plants. And this one, again, like, this one is more complex. It's still at its heart the same type of story, like how they're telling these stories is the same. But this one, like, I can feel the quality of life changes, and I can just see, like, just some of the things that they did. It just, like, it's a little, like, it was very smooth in the first one, but it's just, like, a little bit smoother in some good ways. So that was great. I hope you liked that. I need to see all 9 endings. Maybe one day we'll sit down and see all of the endings and see what happens with that. Because that would truly be, excuse me, also, you know, I worked at the museum. I have to take allergy medicine every time I'm there, and I can, like, feel it in my head. I need to, like, take multiple Benadryl. So anyways, that was great. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully it was fun for you. Thanks for coming to stream late today and for hanging out with me late, almost 2 hours late. For some of you, it's only 2 p.m., so your day's still going. But for some of us, it's the end of the workday, or it's late at night. We are gonna be back tomorrow. I'm not gonna do a raid. I'm just gonna, like, end the stream today. But we are gonna be back tomorrow. Tomorrow might be cursed, so keep that in mind. If that's something. I know I'm ready for bed, but I got a lot of work to do tonight. This is a really long week for me, but that's okay. So be sure to come back tomorrow. Hopefully, I mean, I know y'all will be here. Okay, so that's the stream. That's the Strange Antiquities. I hope you liked it as much as I did. I want y'all to know that Spooky just sent me a screenshot, and it's in Minecraft, and it says, educate your friends on anti-racism, which is great. But Spooky was making a joke that they're going to come for the game because they said that. Love to see it. So we'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow at the normal time. Today was late. We'll be back at the normal time tomorrow, and you'll be able to see what we're up to. Be a pretty crazy experience. So no raid. I'm just gonna run because I gotta go take care of Dixie. We got stuff to do, and then I gotta sit down and work with the mods for a little while. So thanks for being here, and thanks for watching the stream. We will see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.